Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lessons with Martin. This one is all about vinegar. So in these videos, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking to you, educating you on a singular point instead of cooking. So if you want to see me cook, go watch my other videos, but these are going to be very chatty because I love to chat. So this one is all about vinegar. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. So this one is all about vinegar. Now vinegar is one of those ingredients I absolutely love. As you can see, this is my own vinegar here, and I will give you a bit of a close-up if you can see. I don't know if you can see right in there, but there's this wonderful thing called the mother. Now, I don't understand vinegar inside out, and I don't think you need to either, but I know a very simple process on how it is made, or an explanation of the process. Let's start there. You have something that is full of sugars, so let's say apples, like apple cider vinegar, and then what happens is you put that with water, you put it with a bit of yeastiness, which is the mother, and then you just let that ferment. Oxygen does its thing, acetic acids, all that kind of stuff happens together, and then it makes this very, very funky, delicious vinegar. Pretty simple. Then you get balsamic vinegar, which I should have Googled. I don't know how you make that, so let's move on. Red wine vinegar, it's probably made from grapes, and this stuff here is black rice vinegar, which is water and rice. So there are wildly different flavor profiles with vinegar, and as you can see, wildly different colors. So this is where I always tend to look at where I use vinegar. A lot of people ask me this question: where do you use different vinegars? How do you use them? So that's basically where we're going to go. Color, flavor. Let's just be very, very dumb and just go, I put vinegar in my poached eggs. That's not the dumb bit. I put vinegar in my poached eggs. Are you going to put something that's going to make your poached eggs go brown? Or are you going to put something in there that's going to do nothing, which is quite a neutral looking vinegar? Distilled vinegar, malt vinegar, all those kind of things. You're probably going to go for something that has no colour, aren't we? So that's that decision made, very simple. Then it comes on to the flavour. A lot of people go, oh, you can taste the vinegar. It's like, well, it depends how much you put in. So don't put as much in, or just don't put it in at all. But I like it because I think it helps with a poached egg. If we move forward into something like a chimichurri, for example, which is herbs like parsley, oregano, some chili, some red onion, some garlic, and then some oil and some vinegar. Now, traditionally, it's used like a red wine vinegar because it gives it that lovely dark hue and that quite sharp, like red wine vinegar is quite acidic. You can get very mellow apple cider vinegars. They may be a touch sweeter. So again, this one isn't so much about the color, it's about the flavor profile that you're going for. So things like balsamic vinegars, they can be quite sweet and quite malty, so it wouldn't necessarily go very well with that. So that one, I would say, would be a bit of color and primarily on the flavor side. So when you start doing things, you start sort of just like questioning it and going like, can I use that? Does it matter? Will it be weird? Probably not, probably. But what I want you to do is, if you have a variety of different vinegars, they are all wildly different in flavors. So just have a little taste before you use it and go, oh, yeah, I might probably use that in that, or I wouldn't use that in that, or that kind of makes sense and that doesn't make sense. Like, for example, my favorite thing at the minute is the 3-3-1-1 ratio of making an Asian dressing. Okay, so I saw this on the internet and I have not stopped using it ever since. So this is for like a cold Asian noodle dressing. So you do 3, which would be soy, which will be your saltiness, which is your goodness, and then you do 3 of oil. Now, if you haven't watched the oil video, go and watch the oil video, because you could use something like sesame, you could use something neutral like a veg oil or whatever. Your 1 will be your vinegar, and then your other one will be your sweetness. So that makes this beautifully balanced thing, because you know what I say about balancing flavors is even on this wonderful tea towel. Here we go, come back pen. It's all here. This is how sort of like taste works in your mouth. So saltiness, your spice, your sweetness, your sour, and your bitter. So your vinegar is your sour, but what that does is it helps balance out, it helps enhance things. So if you have something that is too salty, maybe a bit of sour kind of like cuts through that. So if you think of if you think of something like a ceviche, for example, you would have lemon juice or lime juice, which will help cure the fish, but you also have some salt in there, and it all kind of works in tandem. So when you start looking at recipes and breaking them down, you'll see a lot of bits that talk about sourness or acidity cuts through certain things, and that is what vinegar is very good at doing. It's very good at neutralizing, it's very good at lifting flavors, and it's also very good at sort of like rounding off sweetness as well. So it's a fantastic ingredient. I absolutely love it. I think you should go and buy loads of different vinegars and just explore, have a wonderful journey, tasting weird, fermented, funky things like that. Also great for pickling. I'm sure you should do a video on pickling. Anyway, speak to you all soon. Bye!